Hi everyone, Victoria here. As promised, it's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, or maybe a couple minutes after, but you gotta give me a break. It's been a crazy day, crazy couple of weeks. As promised, I'm back online. I had to take a break for a nap today. I was just dying. I'm about to show you all the culmination of several months of work. These are things that you've seen individually all along as I've been making them, but I'm going to show you all of the dresses that I made for the RWA, that's Romance Writers of America workshop I'm doing next week. It's next Thursday. I'm going to be in Denver. And my workshop for those writers, those authors who are going to be there, my workshop is on Thursday. Now I can't remember if it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I think it's 3 to 4:30. It's an hour and a half long. And then I have one on Friday at 11:15 just on historical underclothes. So, hey Monica, I'm going to be in Denver. I hope I can see you. I am doing a workshop at Romance Writers of America in Denver next Thursday afternoon. It is called How to Be a Well-Dressed Lady. And I'm going to have 5 live author models who are going to be modeling 5 of my own creations representing 5 different historical fashion eras. And I carefully picked what I was going to present. I think this represents some of my very best work, and the models are going to be fabulous. My models, I have Eliza Knight, who's going to be wearing the medieval outfit. I have Julie Johnstone, who's going to be wearing a very authentic looking Tudor ensemble. I have Laura Kay, or Laura Camoy, who's going to be wearing a very elaborate Georgian circa 1770-ish gown, big panniers. That was the Marie Antoinette era with the big panniers. I have the awesome and lovely Colette Cameron, who's going to be modeling a beautiful Regency gown. And last but certainly not least, I have the beautiful and voluptuous Madeline Martin, who's going to look awesome in a red Victorian bustle dress. And I myself will be wearing one of my very favorite outfits. I'll be wearing, while I'm presenting the workshop, I'm going to be wearing the plum late Victorian ensemble. If y'all remember it, the one with the velvet and the puffy sleeves, it's really beautiful, the jacket. Anyway, I'm going to wear that. So I'm going to show you all the dresses. I went ahead just now. I dressed up all 5 of my mannequins in all 5 of these outfits. And I'm going to show them to you. There's a couple things I'm still working on. I'm still working on the little things like Eliza's dress. I decided to add something to the sleeves. So I need to get some kind of a band to attach the tippets that I made for her sleeves. I'll show those to you. They're not attached. They're just pinned on. I also plan to make her a headdress. Oh, I'll show you. The pattern just came today. I was going to try to wing it, but medieval headwear is so complicated. So I'm going to show you the pattern. I searched like crazy for this. So I'm going to make, these are medieval headdresses, and I'm going to make either B or D, since those are both appropriate for the 14th century, which is her dress. I'm leaning toward D. The pieces on the sides, those are called crispinets, and I'd really like to be able to make that, but if it's too complicated, I will do B, which I've done something similar to that already. That kind of headdress is called a toque. So I'm going to make one of those for Eliza's dress. Okay, so now, here we go. All right, so these are not in chronological order. I am going to show you. So first of all, I trimmed this hat last night. I needed something to go with, this is the Georgian gown. You've seen it before, but I'm showing whoever hasn't been following me. Hi, Monica. Hi, Zena. I'm seeing who else is here. Allie. Eileen. Hey, great to see you. Who else is here? Kelly. Sarah. Martina. Donna. Larilyn, Kathy, Amy. Okay, so this here is a 18th century or Georgian era gown. It is a French sack style. I can't show you the back. I'm not going to go spinning the mannequins around. But it does have that cape-like effect in the back. Last night, I trimmed this hat. I wanted a hat to go with it. And I could have done a plain straw, but I thought it would look kind of bland. I thought it would look a little too monochrome. You know, the straw would blend in too much with this fabric, this beigey fabric. So I had the black one, and I just thought, you know, the black would add something. I think it looks very dashing. It adds kind of an adventurous element to this, I think. So I really like the black hat with it. So this is going to be Laura Kay's outfit. I started in the middle because that's the biggest one. It's huge, and I made all the undergarments to go with these, made or modified. In this case, I modified a big hoop skirt into a grand pannier. Okay, so Eliza Knight's dress. This is a 14th century gown. These are, I already had some veils in this headdress, but I wanted to do something better. A headdress like this would have been appropriate for the 13th century, but the 14th century was more elaborate. They still wore veils, but I wanted to do something a little bit more special. So I'm going to work on a headdress. Hopefully I can make it. So here is the dress. I told you that I added some tippets, and just in case you want to know what that is, ooh, this one's coming unpinned. Let me see. They're these long sleeve extensions, over sleeves. These are purely ornamental. I have them pinned to the sleeve. I want to get some kind of a gold braid or a band to attach them to the sleeve. And basically in the medieval times, the more clothes you had, the richer you were. So a sleeve like this, is purely ornamental, but also proves how rich you are, that you can waste material on something frivolous. Okay, so this is almost done. As I said, I'm going to attach the tippets, probably with some gold braid. I need something, I think, a little wider than this. And what else? The headdress. So this is the medieval, and this is a two-piece. It's a gown and surcoat, as you can see. So I made this last week. Okay, next up is the Tudor. Okay, this is what I think is a very authentic looking, here's the hood, I'll take the hood off. So here is the gown. I think this is very authentic looking with the jewels and the sleeves. This is an English Tudor gown that's going to be worn by Julie Johnstone. And then this style of headdress is called an English gable hood. There's also a French hood. I did not have time to make a French hood. I had already made this, and I'm stressed to the max. I wanted to make both kinds, but Julie's going to have to wear this one. So it's the diamond shape. You see this when you're playing cards, usually the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Diamonds. Anyway, the queens are usually wearing this style of headdress on a deck of cards, in a deck of cards. So the Tudors were very, very much into their jewels. So Dee Foster made these for me. We cut a deal a couple months ago. I made her a beautiful blue and gold Tudor dress in exchange for the jewels. So I think that was a pretty good trade for both of us. So Julie Johnstone's going to be wearing this, and I think she's going to look awesome in it. Okay, and then we have, you guys saw this last night. I went ahead and added just a little bit more trim to the front. If Colette wants to, she can take it off, or we can always add more later. But this is the white and blue Regency gown that I just finished, and this is going to be worn by Colette Cameron. And this cobalt blue is her signature color, so I knew she would fall in love with this dress, and the blue and white really look fabulous together. Off with her head, Queen of Hearts. That's cute. Okay, so here is the Regency gown that's going to be modeled by Colette. And last but not least is the Victorian Bustle gown. And this is very va-va-voom. Okay, I'll go around. You have to see this from the side. I can't really get a back view. But this is a bustle gown. I made the bustle cage. There is a bustle cage under here because the Victorians were all about the booty. So Madeline Martin is going to look absolutely stunning in this red, it's embroidered taffeta bustle gown. And it's decorated with silk roses on the sides. And I bought one for her to put in her hair. So it has roses down each side with the ruffles. So you see there's three roses on each side, one in the center, and she'll have one in her hair. So this is the culmination of months of work. I've been working on these steadily in between the various commissions I've done for people. And I really, since I was asked to do this workshop and I was excited to do it, and y'all know I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, and I really wanted to try to make things that looked, they're not all hand sewn. I do not hand sew. They're some more than others. They're about 75 to 80% machine sewn. Although this blue velvet half robe, the velvet is so hard to work with that this one is about 80% hand sewn. So I did a lot of hand sewing on that blue velvet because the velvet slips and slides terribly in the machine, and it's just a disaster sometimes to work with. So I've been working on this for a long time, and I'm excited about the workshop. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be informative because we're not just modeling clothes. I'm going to talk about the each fashion era and what the highlights were of each of these fashion eras. I've got the undergarments all made. You can't see those, but I'm going to be dressing them from the undergarments up. I made the undergarments. I made the corsets and the shifts and the bustles, and I made all this stuff. So they're going to be wearing those, so the people who attend the workshop will be able to see the different layers of clothing. I didn't do a bunch of petticoats and that kind of stuff. There's some stuff I didn't do because of time. But they're minor things that I can always add later. I am available. If this is successful, I'd love to be able to do this again. So if anybody has a group, and you're looking for a speaker, have Wardrobe Will Travel. So I would like to do this again for writers groups or whatever, or anyone who's interested in historical clothing. So somebody said, I didn't get a good look at the what? Regency. It says decency. The Regency. Okay, I'll show it again. Here's the Regency dress. So here's the Regency. Here's the Tudor. Here's my dog, Alfie. Say hi, Alfie. Hi, Alfie. Say hello, my old dog. He's my old dog. Good boy. He's such a good boy. I gotta pet my dog. Okay, there's my Alfie. Okay, so there's the Tudor. Here is, again, the Georgian dress, 18th century. This is the 14th century, and this is the late 19th century. The Regency gown, of course, is the early 19th century. This would have been about probably 1808 or so, maybe 1812, around the time of Waterloo, probably. And then the Victorian bustle dress would have been, this would have been probably 1870s, 1880s, early 1880s. Oh, thank you, Tina, on my hair. I got my hair done yesterday. I have a great dog. He's very old. He's very old, and he's very, very sweet. Yes, Alfie is very, very sweet. He's an old man. He showed up. So, talking about my dog now. So, this little dog showed up on my doorstep. Let's see, I think it was 2007. And we were living out in the country. We had a small horse farm. And people used to dump animals. People dump animals at farms all the time. But he just kind of showed up in the yard. And he wasn't, I don't know if he was a puppy. He might not have been completely full grown. I don't know how old he was. He was probably about a year old, maybe 2 years old. I don't know, he was pretty young. But he didn't go away. So he didn't have a collar. He wasn't neutered. He just adopted us. So he hung around, and so we took him to the vet and got him neutered, got him shots, and he's been with us ever since. So that was 11 years. So he's got to be at least 12 or 13. So he's an old man. He's getting grayer every day. But he still thinks he's a puppy. Are you silly? You're being silly. Are you being silly? You think you're a puppy, don't you? You old man. Yeah, he's an old man. But he doesn't know he's an old man. He's a sweet dog. So he's our only pet at home. And then I also have a horse. Used to have a bunch of them. I have owned 13 horses in my lifetime at various times. Been into horses since I was about, gosh, as long as I can remember. I've loved them since I was like 6 or 7 was the first time I got on a horse. And I bought my first horse myself. I saved my babysitting money for like 2 years. And when I was 14, I bought my first horse. So I was horseless for a number of years in between due to family divorcing and moving and all those bad things that sometimes happen. But once we got settled and my husband and I were married and moved to the country, I got back into horses. So I've been back into horses for 20 years. And as I said, I've owned about 13 of them. I've trained them. I've shown them. Have had a lot of fun. So I love my horse. I just have one now. He's an Arabian. But those are our 2 pets, my horse and my dog. So Eileen, am I going from writing to designing? No, I don't think so. This is a passion of mine, and it is a side business. It started as a hobby, but now I'm so busy now I can't breathe. I'm so busy with this, and it was due to the workshop, and I overcommitted myself, so I have not had time to write in weeks. But once RWA is over and once the historical romance retreat is over, because I still have about 6 more dresses to do for that, I will be done sewing for a little while. I'm going to go to Scotland in September. It is a writer's retreat, not a seamstress retreat. It's a writer's retreat. So I am going to get back on track, especially since I'm going to be visiting all of the places I've written about in my Sons of Scotland series. So if y'all haven't read my books, I write historical romance as well as contemporary romance. I haven't written any contemporaries for a couple years, but I have 2 really good contemporary cowboy series. Actually, I've started translating them, and I've done French and German, and right now my translation of Slowhand in German is called Langsam Reiten Cowboy. Did I say that right, Monica? Anyway, right now that's my #1 selling book. It's doing really well in Germany. So I do have the 2 contemporary cowboy series, but I also write historical romance. A lot of my books are very steamy. They're not erotica, but they are steamy. The romance comes first, but they are sexually explicit when the love scene comes. But my Sons of Scotland series is not explicit. So if you like books that are a little bit meatier on the history, my Sons of Scotland series is certainly your cup of tea. It is very historical. A lot of the characters and events are true. I fictionalized part of it, but I think that's a really fun story. And that's the one that I'm behind on, the 3rd book in the series. I'm late releasing, but I think the trip to Scotland will really light the fire under my butt that I need to finish it and to make it a really great book. So, okay, I'm just going to catch up on comments. 13 horses. Yes, Lori, not at the same time. The most I ever had at one time was 6. I used to give lessons and I used to do some training, but my family doesn't ride anymore, so now we're down to just 1, and I board now. We don't have a acreage anymore. But I've owned, let's see, 1 thoroughbred, several quarter horses, an Appaloosa, an appendix, which is a cross between a thoroughbred and a quarter horse, and several Arabians. Arabians are my favorite breed, and that's what I ride now. I just really click with them. So, yeah, my horse Princeton, I've had him for 10 years. July will be 10 years we've been together as a couple. We're a couple. Let's see. 6 gowns to sew. Yes. 6 before September. Before I leave in September. But, as long as I knock them out, I got to get 1 done a week. As long as I can get 1 done a week, I'll get everything done on time, and everybody will be happy. I've had really good luck so far with fitting. I haven't had anybody have to send anything back to be resized or anything like that. So I shouldn't have spoken, right? Knock on wood. That was a bad mistake. Let's see. Conferences need your business. One coming up in October. I won't be going to that one, Tina. I will be in Scotland, and my traveling is done for the year. Thank you, Lori, on my next Sons of Scotland book. It is late. It should have been out, but now it'll It's probably going to be close to the end of the year before I release it. I'm just not going to stress about it. I want it to be a good book. So probably the end of the year. Yes, Eileen loves my cowboys. Thank you, Eileen. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. So I guess I'm probably going to have to sign off because I still have lots of work to do. I posted, I've been sewing all day till I got exhausted and had to take a nap. Let's see what I have left to do. I was going to do some false Tudor sleeves because they did wear false sleeves, but I did put long sleeves on the shift, so I think maybe I can add some decorative stitching to these cuffs. Maybe add some, they called it black work, some black embroidery to the cuffs, and I can cheat that way. That way it won't be completely like the false sleeves, but it'll still be very Tudor-esque with the black work. So I think I'll do that instead of killing myself to make the false sleeves. That one is done. If I do that, I need to make Eliza's headdress. That's going to make me crazy this weekend. I need to make a Regency corset. That is going to make me crazy tonight. I'm going to be working on that tonight. Let me see. Regency corset, headdress. The Georgian dress is completely done. The Victorian dress is completely done. I'm looking at it as I speak. I need to attach the tippets to the medieval dress and do the headdress. Colette's dress, I need the corset. I need the Regency corset. And last but not least, I need something to wear to this Regency party. Wednesday night, is it Wednesday night? Yes, Wednesday night, the Beaumont, which is a Regency writers group, they're doing a mini-con all day on Wednesday, and Wednesday night they have a party, a soiree, a Regency soiree, and everyone is invited to that. You can buy tickets at the door. I bought a ticket. It's $40 or $50. So I bought a ticket to go to the party. I won't be able to go to the mini-con because I just have too much to do on Wednesday. But I need to wear a Regency gown, and I have a red one. Do you remember my redingote? The raspberry colored dress with the bonnet and the redingote? I love it. It's beautiful, but I wore it last year to that same party. And that's my only Regency dress. You guys see me making things all the time, but that's the only one I have for me. That's the only one. So I had thought about wearing this blue and white one that I just made until my friend Colette said she wanted it. So I would love to see Colette wear it to the party. So Colette is actually going to be wearing that dress to the party, which means I have no dress unless I make one or wear the one I wore last year. And I would rather hang myself than wear the same one I wore last year. So I'm going to try really, really, really hard to squeeze in another Regency dress for myself. I'll show you what I was thinking about using. So I have bought these beautiful, beautiful fabrics from India. I have a secret supplier that I'm not sharing with anyone. I'm sorry. It's my secret. They're actually, I have a wholesale deal with them, so you wouldn't be able to buy from them anyway. But the fabrics that I've been posting, I've been buying from them, and it's amazing. I ordered the two I posted pictures of today. I ordered them only 3 days ago, and they came FedEx from India in that quick a time. It was amazing. So I bought, this was the first one that I bought that I haven't done anything with yet. It's a coral and gold. I mean, it's a little rich in tone for the Regency, but this is a real yellow gold. But, you know, I love yellow. Yellow is a great color on me. So, no, Zena, no, I didn't like last year's dress. So, no, I'm not going to make changes. I'm making a new dress. So, this is the fabric that I think that's going to be my Regency dress. And I should be able to whip it up. I can whip it up in a day. I thought about wearing red. I like red, but I really... I'm answering Sherry's comment. Did you see the one I got today? Oh, I packed it away already. Look on my timeline. I posted pictures. There's a purple and a strawberry red that came. Those are the ones that came today from India, and they're beautiful. And I could do either one, except this coral and gold is so unusual, and these are colors that I know I can wear. So I think I'm going to make it with this because it'll make a statement. And I have something special in mind for the sleeves. I'm going to do something original with the sleeves. It's not, real elaborate, but it's going to be pretty and it'll be noticeably different. So I thought of that today as I was looking. Amy, I considered making the purple, but I would love to make that purple for someone else, and I have a lavender that would be beautiful, but I'd like to make it for someone else. This coral and yellow, I don't think a lot of other people would choose to wear those colors. So I think if I made this dress, I might have a hard time selling it to somebody, but it's something that I know I can wear well. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the ones that I think will be popular with other people, and I'm going to use this one for me. I deliberated many different combinations, so this is going to be my choice. Sherry, I really did like that red. I like the red. It's a strawberry red. It's really pretty, but I think somebody else will like it too. Where this one, I don't know if this would be popular for me to sell, so I'm going to make it and wear it myself. And it's going to look fabulous, darling. Okay, so I better get to work. I've got a dress to make and a corset to make. I cut out the corset pattern last night. Oh, I'll show you that too, real quick. For those of you who don't know, they did wear corsets in the Regency era. This is or stays, they're properly called stays. But this, two versions, there's a long version and a short version. And they look very different from other corsets. They look kind of like a push-up bra. So this is a Regency corset. I have not made one yet, so I'm going to make one. I'm going to make the easier version. This is very authentic. It uses cording, but it's very elaborate. You can see all the detail. That would take more time than I have to make. So I'm making the simplified version. It still will have the same silhouette. I will make it. Okay. I'm getting to work now. So for those of you who aren't, going to be able to attend my workshop, I wanted to share with you the dresses. And they always look 10 times better on a real person. So I'm going to try to get photographs. I'm trying to talk my hubby into staying to my workshop and taking photographs. If he doesn't, I'm hoping someone else will. Video would be even better, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that or not. So I really want photographs and video of people wearing these dresses because they're just amazing when they're on. They come to life. I think when you put the dress on, it comes to life. All of a sudden it has personality when you're wearing it. The mannequin, it's missing that element of life. So anyway, that's me. Gonna sign off now. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Happy sewing, yes. Can you tell I've had a lot of caffeine today? I had an iced coffee just a little while ago, so I'm really kind of wired. I'll probably have another iced coffee in a couple hours because caffeine lasts about 4 hours, and then I need more. All right. Bye, everybody. Ta-ta.